more or less both are same. There is no difference. Raj Yoga is actually called Jnana Yoga. It contains a portion of the karma also. See, there is a book which, very tiny book is there, which uh, Vivekananda has written. If you go and if you see that book, it's available, some 12 rupees or 13 rupees only it is available. He is giving one very simple explanation. I'll also give you that. A person who is on the path of the spiritual wants to find out about God. So, how does he find out? He tries to search for God in different places, and while he is doing that, he is trying to dissect and try to find out, from different sources, like the books, the temples, the churches, the places of worship, the people who are in the know, like Brahmanas and all that. So his idea about trying to find out about knowledge is this. Beyond that, he tries to learn from certain texts on his own. On the other side, he is very much involved in the material world. And while doing his duty, like say for example, you will find there are lots of people who are working in banks and institutions and all, who are little interested in spiritual also. They have that interest. So what do they do during the weekends and all? They go to different matas, and you'll find they actually go to these places to try to find out about God. If you go to this Ragiguda, which I used to Saturday, Sunday, it is filled with such type of people. They work during the week, and the weekends they want to go and search for God. It's like an extracurricular activity for them. There is no way of knowing that. When you go for these type of places, what actually happens is, if you ever attend the satsang in Chinmaya Mission, or for that matter any place, even if you go to Hare Krishna, you will find that the information that is given is like they are reading from a book. They will take the book like this and they will keep on reading. Guruji said this, Guruji said that, Guruji said... There is no Guruji anywhere.
Like Harikatashram.
There is this book called Bhagavad Gita As It Is. Yeah, they have this Hare Krishna people. So if you go for any satsang of Hare Krishna people, they just read from the book. Okay, we will read open chapter 5, we will read from page number 22. They just keep on reading. And that is supposed to be a satsang. There is no explanation per se. Again, when they meet the priests of the temple and the various locations that they go to, what actually is happening is, over the weekend, they have these singers, classical singers coming and singing songs. And they have one harmonium and they have a huge pile of books next to them. And from that they will turn the page. Okay, I will sing this song. That's actually what happens. I know some of you must have attended this type of satsang.
And it grows, spiritual fervor also grows. Some very good singers now.
Ramakrishna also
Similar.
speech and bhajan.
Yes. So they will do, we will do this. Even in the church it's the same thing.
Yeah.
If you go to the church also, they will open the book. We will take these hymns today and we will do this. And they take 5, 6 of them. This, even if you go to any church, it's the same. And full week you are working. So the idea about Raj Yoga in today's day, I am talking about today's day, concept of today's, there is no God anywhere to be found. Because there is no God to be found anywhere. You get initiated in thousands. If you If you see now in all these big missions, they are initiating at one time thousands of people.
And the Swami Satsang.
Yeah.
Like mass healing.
Like mass healing type, So you have thousands of people gathered all over the place, and they are coming together to get initiated. That is not an initiation. That is not even knowing God. Again, in palace grounds and all, you have these great Babajis coming and giving 1 week yagya and all those things. It's like a mela over there. Mela. People are going for eating, drinking, and all stalls are put up outside and all that. There is no spirituality there, actually, if you go to see. The authentic Raj Yoga is to learn under a true Guru, true Raj Guru, yes.
Raj Yogi.
Raj Yogi. He is a person like when during the times of Sri Ram, the Raj Yogi was Vasishta. Actually, the original Yogi was Vishwamitra. Because Dasharath Maharaj, his Guru was Vishwamitra. And Vishwamitra recommends the name of Vasishta Muni to Dasharath Maharaj and says, your son should learn only under Vasishta Muni because he is far greater than me. And Vasishta Muni comes over there. Vasishta and Vishwamitra are enemies, enemies. But when Vishwamitra himself implores him and tells him, can you please teach Dasharath's son?
Sorry to interrupt here, just a quick question. Isn't it that Shivji's Vardhan to Vishwamitra that he has to teach Sri Ram, Vishnu in one of the avatars? To Vaishishta Muni.
Vaishishta Muni is the Guru of Ram.
Correct, that was one of the...
Yeah, I am not confusing over here.
Okay. I just clarified.
Yeah, could be. So, what happens over there is, you need to have a person like that caliber, who not only teaches you the scriptures, gives you the right path to spirituality, also teaches you on one side how to work in this world. Like Vasishta Muni taught Sri Ram how to rule the kingdom also. He is a king. At the end he is anyway going to become the king. Correct? So Lakshman and every other person was there. So I think we will close this because too much of noise coming. Next, the panka ka hawa aata. So this kind of a guru is required for actually giving you the understanding of a Raj. Today's day and age, we don't have such a guru. There is hardly anybody who can teach us spirituality and then how to work in the world. Working in the world is when you can be in your job, perform your job very well. So he becomes like a mentor in the outside world. So you need a mentor on one side, and on the other side you need a guru who is going to take you ahead in your spiritual quest. So that is Raj Yoga. There is no essence of bhakti in this. The bhakti is towards the guru only. So it is Guru's vidya that you get, both the sides, spiritual as well as material worldly, and the guru becomes your center of attraction. Because at the end of the day, you are still reporting to him. It's like last week when I was telling you the story of Shivaji Maharaj. His Raj Guru was Swami Ramdas Samarth. So, those were great gurus during that time. In today's day and age, we do not have those type of gurus anywhere. So, and there I was talking to Bitto in the morning. I was telling him that this person called Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan is there. Jackie Chan lived with his guru for 25 years. Yes, he was dropped over there by his parents and he never saw his parents for full 25 years. He never left the ashram at all. And in that place, he learned the entire martial arts. There were many students, there 50, 60 or 100 students, I don't know. And that they were Guru Bandhus, like, brothers. So there was this great movie which you must have seen in the past called Enter the Dragon. You've seen this movie Enter the Dragon? Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee film. Now in that film, there is a very tiny part. There is another one called Fist of Fury. Same. Bruce Lee only. The very tiny part, where it's a 4-5 minute shot, where Jackie Chan and his other brothers like Sammo Hung and all are playing a role in that. So the director, producer had taken them and then he had paid that guru that amount and the guru kept it with him. Many years later, Jackie was told because his guru died. So he left that place and then he became a great star. So even to have such a guru, the martial art guru, plus taught him everything else also in this material, spiritual as well. Because the art which he taught is used by the Shaolin monks and all that. They are spiritual in nature. This ancient martial art went from India to China during the Buddhist times. And this is what they learned. So such a kind of a guru is very rare in today's day and age. So there you have to be staying with that person and he teaches everything from Dhanu Vidya to every other teacher.
Gurukula.
In the book. Yes. So that is Rajoga. What is advised today in today's day and age is what Narad Muni taught us. Bhaktivan. There is the easiest thing to do. You don't have to read scriptures, you don't have to do anything. You just be a bhakt. Beyond that, don't do anything. So that is how Raj Yoga is different than this. There the central image is there of God, mantra, your Bhakti Marg, where you are devoted to the Lord. In Raj Yoga, you are dissecting the Lord, you are trying to do work and many other things. So it's a part and parcel of this scenario. Jnana plays a part in it, and also karma plays a very big part. Because without the two supporting each other, you can't have Raj Yoga at all. So that's all. Yeah, any other question? Padma, you have anything?
How martial arts people are spiritual?
Martial art people are spiritual from a different point of view. Like yesterday, I was asked a similar question. What is it that in Tai Chi and various other martial arts, what is it that you actually learn? In China, they have a particular martial art which is called Qigong. Qigong. Or Qigong, whichever way you want to pronounce it. Some people say Qigong, some people say Chi. Qigong, whichever you want to say. So it can be called as Qigong. There is Qigong, there is Tai Chi. Tai Chi is again Tai Chi again. What is this Chi Ki that we talk about? It is nothing but life energy. It's an energy. We call it, in India we can call it Pran Shakti, but we still can't call it Pran Shakti. It's an energy in the force, kind of a force. So, in some of the films,
Chaitanya.
Yeah, so it cannot, there is no appropriate word in our language. No. I'll explain to you how it is done. In some, if you see some of these martial art films, no, you will find that there is a person, he takes, this is what he does. He will take the hand this way and then he does like this. And the person is 10 feet away and he falls down. There is nothing in that person's hand. Yet when he does like this, that person is falling down.
Yeah, I have seen movie called 36 Chamber of Sun.
Huh?
36 Chamber of
No, in 36 Chamber of Shaolin they have shown. It is called the ki or the chi energy. What they do is, they don't have what is called a belief in God. There is no belief in God in China per se. They don't have what like we Indians have a belief in gods. So there they don't have much belief in the divine like that. They believe in energies, spirits and those type of things. And this is the energy that they worship. And this is the energy which gives them the power to do things. Very special activities. Like you will find that in most of these martial art films, the person climbs, tuck, 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 he's climbing up very fast. In our normal life, we can't do that. So you will wonder, okay, what is that they use? They use the power of this energy. That energy is stored inside us. So yesterday I was teaching how to do the meditation with this energy called chi. It's a very important way of doing the meditation. Someday I can teach you all. It is to actually do that meditation and to stand in that particular way is, after 5 minutes you can't stand.
That posture,
Huh?
posture you cannot maintain.
It's very difficult to maintain that posture because it is concentration of the energies are there. And like I have stood for 15-20 minutes with my guru, and she could go on for hours. I could go on for 20 minutes max. After that I used to tell her, now enough, I can't do more than this.
This is meditation.
It's a meditation. It's a meditation which we used to do before the startup of anything that we do. So they have these energy centers which they work with, the powers in the universe. We can call it God, whatever you want to. You want to call it prana also, it's okay, fine. Doesn't matter. But they have this different way of looking at it. That is how they function. And these are very powerful energies. We don't work with them because in our world we believe in physical, murtis and gods and all those. So we have,
Physical form.
yeah, we are more working on the manifest divinity and all. In their world there is nothing like that. So when we visit some temples or Chinese temples, I think the maximum god that they ever have is a god called Aima or what's that? I've forgotten the name also. So these certain gods are there. Aima is a god who is connected to nature, the seas, sea or the nature goddess. And their gods are very unique from their perspective. They basically worship nature. In our past traditions, we also used to worship nature. And the nature worship is there across the world. Whether you go to Egypt or you go to America, you go to South America, you go to Europe, whichever place that you want to, nature worship is always been around and is always there. Like this Easter Island, those heads that you see, heads you have heard of? You see those heads in the Easter Island? Those Easter Island heads were thought to be very big sculptures, sculptures. But if one of you have this Google Hangout, if you go to the page, you can see that that particular statue, that particular head is only a head. There is a big body below that, and the scientists have now dug up those bodies. These explorers, what do you call them?
Excavations.
And they have excavated up the bodies, and they are seeing how deep it is. Archaeologists. They have found that the bodies are very deep inside.
Sphinx.
How big, sir?
I don't know how big that is. It's massive.
Oh.
So such a type of a thing also exists, and and these energies is what they believe in and they worship that.
Even in Bangalore, a lot of the puja, the Bhuta, all Bhuta puja.
Gana Puja.
Gana puja is Bhuta.
Okay, any questions? Or can we just start? Okay. Aparna, you have anything? No. Victor? No. Okay. So we are doing chapter 9, first verse that is. Alright. You have some more questions, sir?
Oh,
Ah. Oh, you want me to send? This is the problem. I don't know why this is happening now. There is Senthil. If I send him invite also, it should reflect. Is he there online? Okay. I have sent it. I hope he receives it. See, if he doesn't send me any, then he will not be able to see the invite. Victor, your image is gone. No, it came back. Did he get it? Let him ping me. Hang on. Oh. But if I send it also, he won't get it. Till he doesn't ping me. Senthil was joined. Okay, fine. Chalo, theek hai.
Good morning.
Yeah, Senthil, next time just send a small note to me. Okay? Then I can see you. Otherwise, I can't send the invite at all. Though I sent invite to everybody, but nobody received it.
Okay.
Okay, we are doing chapter 9, verse 1. Sri Bhagavan said, "To you who are devoid of the carping spirit, I shall now unfold the most secret knowledge of Nirgun Brahma, along with the knowledge of manifest divinity, knowing which you shall be free from evil of worldly existence." So, in the previous chapter we were talking about Nirgun and Sagun, right? Nirgun Brahma and Sagun Brahma. What is Nirgun Brahma and what is Sagun Brahma?
Attributes and without it.
Correct. First part, I said that first let us see manifest world. Manifest world will have manifest divinity. Okay? The manifest world has manifest gods also. That is us and the gods which we worship. All this at the end of time goes to the unmanifest divinity. Okay, that is called the Brahma. That is called Nirgun Brahma. Alright? Nirgun Brahma is without any attributes. Correct? So, we are Sagun. From Sagun we go to Nirgun. Then what happens is, there is another Brahma which Krishna was talking about. Alright? This is the second portion. This Brahma, the first Brahma is born from there. Correct? And this is a place which he mentions beyond the manifest is another unmanifest. Got it? and there is a supreme divine person there. This is what he mentioned. So this is the supreme divine person we are talking about. So he has mentioned this too. So he says, if you know this, then you will be free from the cycle of worldly existence. So now we will try to understand, because this chapter is all about how this description can be given. You will find that if you come to the last line, he says the yoga of sovereign science and the sovereign secret. This is the secret. Sovereign, kingly type. Okay. This knowledge of both the nirgun and the sagun aspect of divinity is a sovereign science, a sovereign secret, supremely holy, most excellent, directly enjoyable, attended with virtue, very easily to practice and imperishable. Now this knowledge about these two divinities is very, very important for us to understand, because by knowing this we will be free from the cycle of birth and death, and it is a sovereign science. It's a science. Science means there is a proof of its existence. What is a science? A science is somewhere where you can prove of something existing by certain methodologies. Correct? So here he is going to tell you how this can be understood. Alright. So it's a sovereign science, a sovereign secret. Why is it a secret? Everybody is not knowing this. If you go and ask any person on the road, who is Krishna? The answer they will get is that blue fellow who stands over there. Beyond that, he has no idea what is this blue person and how is he. He's got one flute in his mouth and he's standing ada teda, and he's got one more punk, and then sometimes in Tirupati we see him with one chanka and something like that. Beyond that, there is no understanding. If you ask even a very simple bhakt of Krishna, they don't know Krishna, because the only Krishna that they know of is what their parents have taught them about. Everything that their parents have said or their forefathers have said, they just know that much about Krishna. That there is a place called Vrindavan, there is a place called Gokul, there is Mathura, there is Dwarka, all these places exist for the person. And he was over there. He existed as a king, he ruled over his kingdom, and then we have very interesting tidbits about him. Okay? And he killed so many of those Rakshasas in his childhood. He danced on top of a snake, Kalia. He killed his uncle, and then he made his grandfather the king. He was dancing around with so many gopis. Then he was there involved in the Mahabharata war. Then he was in Dwarka. He had 16,000 wives, over 16,000 wives. And beyond that, what else you know about Krishna? There's hardly any knowledge there. So if I ask a layman, this is all that he will be able to tell you. And then we celebrate Krishna Jayanti. Or we go to temples and we see an image of Radha Krishna. Sometimes we see of Balram Krishna. We go to ISKCON and all those places. After that, that is all the knowledge that a person carries. He is one of the avatars of Vishnu. That's it. So what else is there? What else is the knowledge? Hello, come. Namaste, come. Have a seat. Come sit here only. So the idea and the knowledge about Krishna is very limited. If you want, you can sit on top also. You can get a chair and sit. It's not a problem. So, this Krishna that we are discussing about is the one that we see in the temples. Is the one that our forefathers have spoken about. But is that the truth? Krishna is not a 5 foot X inches man and having one flute in his hand and going around dancing around trees and all that, all that thing that we have heard of. So then what is he? What is the truth about this person called Krishna? Or is there a person there or there is no person there? No idea of knowing. That is the reason why it is called a sovereign secret. Sovereign leader, okay? And secret. Nobody knows about it. So this chapter we are going to do about this. So it's a sovereign science and a sovereign secret. That means we are going to prove his existence, number one. Number two, he is not the one that we think about. There is no such person called Krishna that we are thinking about. Then what is he? We are going to search for that. Supremely holy, he is very, very holy. That means beyond our normal ken and understanding. There is a divinity behind it. Most excellent, directly enjoyable. How do you enjoy Krishna? Really, when you are talking about enjoying Krishna, how do you enjoy Krishna? So there has to be some methodology, isn't it? So we are going to learn about that. Attended with virtue, very easy to practice and imperishable. So that means in this chapter whatever is being taught, though it is a secret, but it can be understood in a very, very simplistic manner. Okay. So we are going to discuss about two things. One is called the Sagun Brahma and the Nirgun. These are the two things. Arjuna, people having no faith in this dharma, failing to reach me, continue to revolve in the path of the world of birth and death. So, we want a book. There is there is one thaili over there. वो शेल्फ है ना, शेल्फ में थैली में रखा है. There are many of them, you can just get. So people having no faith. In this line, the most important word is faith. If there is no faith, there is no way of knowing anybody, by the way. Forget about Krishna. In your own self, if you don't have faith, I am going to fail in my examination class. You are going to fail. There are no choices for you. But if you have faith in yourself also, you will do something about it. Mila? Yeah, we are doing chapter 9, verse 3.
Page number 151.
So, people having no faith in this dharma. What is this dharma? Dharma, if you remember, there is a word which he says, it's a very, very solemn path that we are going on, which we cannot even transgress. In our world, we are not supposed to transgress this path. This is about knowledge, this is about understanding, this is about knowing Krishna. And this is the path which we are trying to tread. But if you do not have any faith in this, there is no point. Because at the end of the day, you are still going to be caught in the cycle of life and death. Okay? The whole of the universe is permeated by me as unmanifest divinity, and all beings rest on the idea within me. Therefore, really speaking, I am not present in them. I think in the last chapter, this is where we had actually touched the topic, but again I will recap that for you. First is the manifest world, that is you and me. The manifest world, at the end of the one kalpa, get dissolved. Kalpa is 4 yugas. Correct? 4 yugas are Treta, Treta, Dwapar and Kali. These are the 4 yugas. At the end of 4 yugas, the whole universe goes back into the unmanifest. The unmanifest is called Brahma. That means what? At the end of the 4 yugas, the whole manifest world dissolves into the unmanifest. This is what we learn. Now what happens is, who is the one who created this unmanifest? So this person is called the Supreme Divine Person. The Supreme Divine Person created this world of unmanifest, from which came the manifest. Okay? If you want, I will recap that verse for you. In the previous chapter, this verse is there.
20.
Yeah. Far beyond this unmanifest, 20 verse 20, previous chapter, that is chapter 8. 8.
Page number 145.
Yeah, 145 page. Far beyond even this unmanifest, there is yet another unmanifest existence. That Supreme Divine Person who does not perish even though all beings perish. So all beings that were born perish in the unmanifest. That is the first unmanifest. And beyond this unmanifest is yet another unmanifest. Okay? This is a Supreme Divine Person. The Supreme Divine Person. In this chapter, he is talking about the same Supreme Divine Person. And what does he say? The whole of the universe is permeated by me as unmanifest divinity. Permeated by me. That is par hai. Inside and outside also.
He is the Supreme Divine Person.
Correct. It is the Supreme Divine Person is permeating this manifest world as well as the first unmanifest divinity, and he is the Supreme Divine Person in the second unmanifest. Is it confusing? Okay? Okay. It is like this. Let us try to understand this. That there is all that we see over here is called the manifest. The whole world that you see around us is called the manifest world. Correct? We have manifest gods also. We are praying to Brahma, Vishnu, Maya, this one, that one, everybody. Kartika Swami se leke, pata nahi. Everybody we are praying to. We have 33 crore gods. सबको pray करते रहते हैं हम लोग. So all those are manifest gods also. So this is part 1. Okay. At the end of the kalpa, which is 4 yugas are over, all this manifest is one day dissolved. Where it goes, the place where it goes is called the first unmanifest.
First time.
Understand? It goes into the first unmanifest. Now think about it logically with your mind. Because here he says, I'm going to logically teach you this. So if I create this particular universe, it dissolves into the unmanifest. So somebody must have created the unmanifest, no?
Yeah.
Correct?
Right.
Yeah.
And then,
Precedence.
and from that comes the manifest. Got it? There is an unmanifest, and from that came the unmanifest. That means this unmanifest over here and the manifest over here, some fellow must have created. Some person must have created. So that person must be bigger than anything. You agree with me? If he is bigger than anything, but he is not visible to us, So we call him Supreme Divine Person. Person means like a human being, a man, or a person, or alien, something like that. But do you understand that? No. Do you understand who he is? No. So you will wonder, no, who is he? But do you believe this? Logically, you will have to believe it, isn't it? Huh? See, I give you a chocolate.
To know
Yeah.
who I am. To know who.
Yeah. So I give you one chocolate, and then I tell you, ये हाथ में मेरा chocolate है, और ये हाथ में I'm having nothing. Take one more chocolate. Then you will say, what uncle, you are making fun of me, huh? Only one chocolate you have to eat. Now you are saying there are two of them, huh? So one is manifest chocolate and one is unmanifest chocolate. But I am holding it, no?
Yeah.
So somebody is holding this manifest and the unmanifest as well. But I can't see, I can't understand. Because to see and understand, I have to use my senses and my mind also. But just now with your mind, we can understand there has to be somebody who made the manifest and unmanifest. With your mind, you can understand logically. If you can logically understand this much, that means this person must be still bigger or still greater or still powerful or stronger or whatever than these two put together. Correct? So now, do you get this? So that means because he is not seen by us, so we call him unmanifest. Not seen. We cannot understand. By normal eyes, ears and all, we don't see. But it has to be some persona, something like that. If he exists and he is something there, and I believe there is a person like that who is supreme, who is divine. Divine because you can make anything. He's made gods in this manifest world also. So he must be far divine, isn't it? Agree? He is divine also. If we can make a Vishnu and a Brahma and everybody, he must be a bigger god than all these put together. So that means he is supreme, he is divine. And then he is a person also. Correct? So the supreme divine person, yet I can't see him. So, for the understanding purpose. But you can understand this much? इंग्लिश में समझ में आया, हिंदी में भी समझ में आया. I don't know Kannada. So if you have understood this much and you can nod your heads, yes, 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 I understand. So that means he is here also. He is inside me also. He is there in the unmanifest, he is there in this manifest also. Yet I can't understand it. But I know he is there. Isn't it a contradiction? I can't understand him, but yet I know he is there. Definitely he must be there. So what are the words that we have used? Just think about it.
Maybe ehsas.
Ehsas. Ehsas means understanding. I think he is there. I guess he must be there. I'm sure he is there. You know, these are the words which we can use. So that means, is here? Yes. Is he inside of you? Yes. But I don't know he's there or not there because I can't see him.
So रूप से महसूस कर सकते.
But you can actually have a feeling inside of us, yes, something is there, don't irritate me so much. At least come to the subject, no? Okay, that means you mean, like I'm looking over here in the computer, but I think you are sitting over there. Agree with me? Even if I don't see you, or if I don't see these people in my laptop, I still feel when I'm talking to you, I can think that they are looking at me. Agree with me? That means I am conscious about them. Conscious? Aware? I'm aware they must be watching me. So the word that is used is supreme, highest, divine, because he's made all the gods and everything, conscious. consciousness. I know He is there. So He is called the Supreme Divine Consciousness. You got did you get this simple explanation?
Yeah.
So that means the second unmanifest is a person who exists. He is supreme because He has created this whole thing, and He has created even the unmanifest. So He is supreme, He is divine, and I am aware He is there, yet I can't see Him. So He takes a form for a silly mind like us to understand. Got it? That person to prove to us, it is like I give the child, take the chocolate. But the child says, no, there is no chocolate inside. So then I say, close your hand. Again open, it's not there. Close your hand, again open, it's not there. Uncle, don't make fool of me, Actually give me the chocolate. And then finally you do like this. Now open my hand. Oh, it is there, and he is so happy about it. See, so the Supreme Divine Person creates a form, the chocolate, for you to taste it. This Supreme Divine Form is called Krishna. If you see ISKCON, what does ISKCON stand for? International Society of Krishna Consciousness. Consciousness, you are just aware He is there, yet you can't understand it. Now imagine, now we go back again. So that means there is a person, the Supreme Divine Person is there. He has created the unmanifest and the unmanifest world both. So because I cannot understand Him, so the line can be understood now. The whole of the universe is permeated by me. Krishna is saying these words. As unmanifest divinity, because you can't see me. Correct? And all beings rest on the idea within me. Why is it just an idea? Because you can't see me, that's why you think I am there. No. It's an idea. Yes, I think He is there. Like that. Ting, 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 like that. He is there. So, having this idea, He exists. So He says, therefore, really speaking, I am not present in them. Because the conviction doesn't seem to come to us. He is there. Is He there? Idhar hai kya? Idhar hai kya? Idhar hai kya? No, I can't see. I don't have the proof of the pudding. Proof of the pudding lies in the eating, we say, no? So we can't see Him, yet He seems to be there. But very difficult to understand. This is how it works. May all these beings abide not in me, but behold the wonderful power of my divine yoga to the sustainer and creator of beings. Myself in reality dwells not in those beings. Yet, the answer is, I am the one who has created this manifest as well as the unmanifest world, and I am the Supreme Divine Person. So you get a rough idea that I am there in this world. So even if you ask a God, an Indra Dev or somebody like that, do you think there is somebody called the Supreme Divine Person? He'll ask me, Puja, are you asking me? Because he himself doesn't know. So no God can ever tell who is Krishna, for that matter. Okay, but there is a verse in the previous chapter where he says that I have born. Where is he saying? Padma, search. I am born like a human being, he says these words, and nobody knows me. Are you all sleeping or what? Okay.
Verse 11, chapter 8.
Hmm.
Page number.
Page 121. No words of Vedanta was in this.
No. He says, I am born like a human being. Everybody thinks that I am, and they don't know about my existence. What Krishna does is, he takes a form. There is one story of Prince and the Pauper in English. In that story, the prince takes a form of a poor man and goes out in the streets to find out what is happening in his kingdom. Like that, this cool dude, he takes a form and he says, I will come as Krishna.
Bhau, it is chapter 724.
Yeah. 24, 724.
Chapter 7, 24 verse.
Okay.
Yeah, it says my supreme nature to have assumed a finite form through birth as an ordinary human being.
Yes. So everybody thinks that I have taken a normal human form. And they all believe that I have taken a form as a normal human being. So Krishna, this divine, supreme divine person, takes a form. If you go through the Bhagavatam or any other book, it is mentioned in the books that Krishna has all the qualities that are required. Correct. That is why he is called a Purna Avatar. Isn't it? It's called a Purna Avatar. And this avatar which was born as Krishna was supposed to be the Purna Avatar. Correct? Balaram was also born at that point in time. That is the Adishesh. So like that, yes. So like that he has come in a complete form. So the four complete parts of Krishna were born at that point in time. One was Krishna, one was Balaram, one was Anirudh, and fourth one was Pradyumna. So these were the four forms of Krishna simultaneously existing, making him complete. So even in the previous chapter, he is
But
mentioned that
Anirudh and Pradyumna came
much later. That split up of form, I think I have done that particular thing with you. So I have not done it with others, but still someday I will do it. So the split up happens at a later point in time. Okay. So Krishna takes a finite form. Finite means there is an end to it. The finite figures are there like that, is going to end. Infinite means infinite sign, infinity, so never going to come to an end. So the infinite takes a finite form. Small, compact, iPod. Huh? You can't carry your big machine, you can carry one small iPod with you. Like that. So the idea is that all these beings are residing in me, yet they are not in me. Because when you look at the small form of Krishna, you really wonder, hey, come on, what are you talking, man? This small fellow you think can be the master of the universe? Again, in our material world, when we see, when it is said that the serial is going on Har Har Mahadev. Har Har Mahadev is a handsome dude, he's 6 feet something. The 6-footer is going to control this whole universe. You try teaching a scientist this thing. बोलेगा तुमको निमांस में मैं भेजता हूँ मंत्र से तुम्हारा स्क्रू ढीला हो गया है. Because normal mind cannot accept these things, and they have the difficulty of understanding this, and because of this difficulty they can never grasp the meaning of this. So when he takes a finite form, a finite is like a replication. Like if I take your entire body if I take a scraping from top of your tongue, I can get a small DNA sample of yours. Okay, and from that DNA sample, by using futuristic technologies, can I recreate you? Of course, I can recreate you. That's what they showed in that movie, Jurassic Park. In the movie called Jurassic Park, there is this tree is there, no? It leaves that गोंद बोलते हैं, गोंद बोले तो क्या? Gum. The gum it leaves. Now there is one small tiny fly. He has gone and bitten the dinosaur. They suck the blood of dinosaur. And this fly goes and sits on top of this gum and gets stuck in the gum. And then he solidifies. Many years later, the scientists are digging for information. So they come across this solidified fly inside this gum. They remove the fly and they do the DNA analysis of that, and they come to know this is the blood of a dinosaur, and from that they do genetic mutation and all that, and then they create the dinosaur, and that is the story of Jurassic Park. So that means the whole of that Jurassic Park was created with that one small strand of DNA. Correct? Now go backwards. If all the gods, such a huge god, can I have a small DNA of his on Earth? Possible, isn't it? So scientifically it's possible. That is why now we are talking about science. Understood? So Krishna can take a form. Agreeable? Good. See, when you agree, I am happy. If you disagree, I will have to then prolong more. So, this is how it works. Yet, now if you think about it, if I take one tiny sample of yours, DNA, and can I say this particular DNA contains Sri Lakshmi? You will all look at yeah. No, this is Sri Lakshmi. I can't say those words because it will sound very silly. If you remember the last week's explanation about when Narad Muni visits this person and says, God is passing an elephant through the needle. So what is the answer that man gives him? He has created such a big tree and then the flowers and the fruits and so many things, and he has packed it in one small seed.
This is no big task.
So that is not a big task for him. So in the tiny seed, the entire generations after generations after generations, trees are there in that. So there is a potential. So if you can have that, can I not have a god who is 6 foot tall or something like that? It's just a representation of that. Logically possible. Okay? Yet, I am not in that seed. See, the tree is not in the seed. You can't see it, no? Can you see? You mean to say in this small seed there is a tree. I can't see the tree. So in the same way, when you look at Krishna in that small tiny form of his, you can't make out that he is the master of the universe. It's impossible to know. You can sit there, take it, so you won't have because the problem is there. No? So, like the extensive air which is moving everywhere, being born of ether, ever remains in ether, likewise know that all my beings originated from me, abide in me. So all these people in the universe, I told you, manifest world, unmanifest world. If manifest goes into the unmanifest, that means the unmanifest is already there, no? And if this unmanifest and the manifest is created by the second unmanifest, that means the second unmanifest is bigger than the first one and the manifest world, correct? So that means they are all abiding in me. Abiding means they are all in me only. But yet you can't understand that. So the Supreme Divine Consciousness has the unmanifest world as well as the manifest world, and both these things are abiding in me. Abiding, simple terminology again. It is there. Yes, I think it is there.
Then thought.
Yes. So as if it is there, as if it exists in that. So it is abiding in me. So this is what the terms mean. Arjuna, during the final dissolution, all beings enter my Prakriti, the prime cause, and at the beginning of creation, I send them forth again. Remember, we have done Purusha and Prakriti in one of the chapters. Purusha, he says, is the Supreme Purusha. From him comes the Prakriti. Who is this divine Purusha? The unmanifest. From that came the Prakriti. Prakriti is the created things. Creation. Prakriti is creation. So creation came out of this unmanifest. So you will find that the creation which happened, which unmanifest came about, what is that? Atom. Yes. So from this Prakriti, the world was formed. If the world was formed from Prakriti, and Prakriti came out of Purusha. Correct? So again, manifest world, unmanifest goes back over there. This unmanifest goes into the second unmanifest, and there is nothing that comes out of it. So during the final dissolution at the end of the Kalpa, 4 yugas put together, it forms one Kalpa. So when one Kalpa comes about, all these beings enter my Prakriti. This Prakriti is the what I said to you, creation. He enters the creation. That's the point of contact. Is if you go through cosmology, or when you go through this astronomy वगैरह जो हम लोग study करते हैं, you will find that there is a point source, and from the point source the entire universe got created. This is what we believe in. That's what the Big Bang theory and all these theories are talking about. So there has to be some point source from which is, again, in the last 1 year's time, the CERN laboratories, they were able to crack the God particle. And now they are dismantling the entire laboratory so that they can make it still better. So there is a God particle. If the God particle is so tiny, and from the God particle all the other particles got created. So how can you create from something, the little piddly stuff, you are creating this whole universe? You really wonder that it does happen. Okay. I know I don't want to jump all the gun, but just for your understanding, let me just give you an understanding of how this universe gets created. For those who are new over here, for their understanding, and those who really want a recap again. Let us say I am sleeping. Okay. In my sleep, I am seeing that I am eating an ice cream, which is a dream for me. So in the dream, is the ice cream real? It is real. Am I real in my dream?
Yes.
Of course I am real. So I see Guru coming from there. Guru says to me, "Hey, you are eating alone ice cream, give it to me a little bit." I say, "No, I don't want to give it." And then he tries to grab me. And when he tries to grab that ice cream from my hand, I do like this, and I fall off my bed. I fall off my bed. And then I get up and I say, "Oh, there is no ice cream over here. Or there is no Guru over there." Then where is the question of ice cream and Guru and me eating and all that? It is not there at all. But in the dream, did it appear real or not? It appeared real. But in my waking state, that seems like a dream. memory remains. I think I was eating an ice cream. Then I will come and ask me, where was it from? Corner house. Acha, you are eating alone, na, from corner house. Oh, that means you remember. So, remembrance is there, correct? Remembrance is point source. Point. Okay? Higgs boson. Point source. In my dream, I existed. The ice cream existed. He also existed. All these three existed or no? But when I opened my eyes, everything disappeared. This is the example which we can give for having the world existing, manifestation, going into the unmanifest. When the eyes opened, everything disappeared. It's a very simple example which you can take. But then you will say, but that doesn't explain much. So slightly more deviation. So when in your waking state, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 people are over here, you can see this. Now you go to sleep. When you are in deep sleep, do these people exist? No. Nobody exists. Even your own existence is doubtful. You don't even know that you exist. Okay? But what is the linking between these two? The dream state is the link up. One is one is the waking state. This side is the deep sleep state. What is linking in between is called the dream state. We call it REM. Rapid eye motion बोलते हैं, movement बोलते हैं. उस टाइम पे ड्रीम ज़्यादा आता है, correct है? So between this waking to the deep sleep, there is this state which is linking these two states, correct? So the three states are, one is deep sleep, one is the dream, and one is the waking. Because this and this is connecting in the middle, can I take it by hypothetical suggestion? What was existing in my waking state doesn't exist in my deep sleep, and what was existing in my deep sleep doesn't exist in my waking state. Can you understand this? So which world is real? Is the deep sleep state world real, or is this world over here outside here? There is no answer. So, by inference, I can say, in my very deep sleep state, when the world doesn't seem to exist, the waking state is a dream for me. The waking state is a dream for me. And in my waking state, the deep sleep, what happens in the deep sleep is a dream for me. Remember, the connectivity tissue is there in between, correct, no? That is how in this world doesn't exist, and in this world doesn't exist. So then which one is real, you are not able to understand. It is impossible to know which one is the real world. I know this may sound slightly heavy. And because of this type of understanding, this entire world, which is called the manifest world, goes to the unmanifest world. Like your dream disappeared when you opened your eyes, the person never existed. So we say Vishnu's dream world is this. And so Vishnu, when he opens his eyes, the dream disappears. See, it's a scientific explanation which is given some form for silly minds to understand. Silly means ignorance. We are full of ignorance. We don't understand these things. How do you explain all these things? It's like explaining to one bacha. Because we are trying to explain some very difficult philosophy to the bacha, we have to give very simple, chocolate gaya, gaya ho gaya. All funny things we try to tell the child. So this is the understanding that we need to have. That the manifest world disappears in the unmanifest. Okay? So the manifest in the dream disappeared when your eyes open. Correct? So similarly, when the manifest disappears into the unmanifest, it is then absorbed into the second unmanifest. But the one who creates it is called Prakruti. Nature creates this world. With all those Panchabhutas and all those elements and stuff like that. Hydrogen से लेके पता नहीं कौन सा एलिमेंट से सब आता है. Base structure of any atom is proton, neutron and electron, isn't it? So whether you take the 100th element or you take the first element, it is all going to contain the same basic structure. Right? Building block. Like in your computer world, what is the building block? 1 and 0. Correct? And a binary. End of the day, everything is based on one building block somewhere called binary systems. Right? So, Arjuna, during the final dissolutions, all beings enter my Prakriti, the primal cause, and at the beginning of creation, I send them forth. Okay? Wielding my nature, I release again and again all these multitudes of beings subject to the influence of their own nature. See, these two lines I have explained merely, where I keep on sending this out and bringing them back again. That means goes from the manifest to the unmanifest, manifest, unmanifest to the manifest, manifest to the The cycle is just going on and on and on and on. Recycling. You must be the biggest recycling person. Green, environmentally friendly. He's used one very funny word in the end. The word that he used is all these multitude of beings subject to the influence of their own nature. Subject to the influence of their own nature means what? Everything, everybody has a nature, isn't it? Now, a dog has a nature of barking, correct? If the cat starts to bark, बोलेगा ये कार्टून में ही होता है, रियल लाइफ में नहीं होगा, correct? The cat is mewing always, but it starts tweeting like the bird. How is that possible? बोला कुछ गलत है. The tree is giving the fruits. Okay. Now suddenly the tree starts giving roses. ये क्या है? This is something wrong. It is not the nature. Correct? Come on. So everything is perfectly in its own place or no? The rose plant has to give a rose. You agree with me? In the same way, a bird is supposed to chirp. It is supposed to fly. But the bird starts walking like a man, then there is a problem. When the man starts flying like a bird, there is a problem. That means what? Human nature, or the bird's nature, or the animals, or the trees, the plants, the sun, the moon, everybody has been given their unique identification. Yes? UID, Unit Identification Number. हम लोग आधार करते हैं ना, तो हर एक का आधार है. The sun is supposed to shine, it shines. Agree with me? Fire is supposed to burn, it burns. That's the job. So everything has been specifically given their natures. When we have multitude of lives, So many lives. Remember, he has mentioned that you are going to be born, dead, born, dead, born, dead. There is like so many lives we are going to have. Correct? In some life, you may be a dog. So today also you have a tendency of barking at people. इसलिए some people, they don't talk. They bark literally, देखोगे तो हम लोग ज्यादा तो बॉस करते हैं अपना, है कि नहीं करते हैं? तो तेरे बॉस करते होंगे, तुम्हारे बारे में नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. So they have this tendency. You will come across these tendencies. Or some people will be just sleeping. So when you look at that person and say, oh, he's like a sloth bear. He always sleeps. बोलते कि नहीं बोलते? Some people have a voracious, I want to eat, I want to eat, I want to eat, I want to. खाते रहते हैं हमेशा. हर एक के nature को what do we do? We always describe their nature. See, she sings like a koel. So koel sings well, so she sings like a koel. Some life she must have been a koel for all you know. Who knows? So now if you understand this line, all these multitude of beings are subject to the influence of their own nature. The nature is like an embedded DNA in them. So that makes their nature like that. So everybody, like some people are born to throw the ball very far. Some people can catch. Some people can run. Some people for nuts also can't run. मेरे को चलने को नहीं आता. I don't want to run. I will just want to be standing over here. You go run and come. So there are those people also. So you have to agree. You will find that many a times a child will, if you keep on prodding the child, study, and the child, no, mommy, no, I don't want to study, I don't want to study, I want to watch pictures, I want to watch TV. वही करते रहते. And finally in the end you find that that child has become a artist in the movies. At that time you wonder, oh, his inherent nature was acting. And we are trying to make him a doctor. So everybody has an inherent nature. And our job,
nature and tendencies are the same thing, Prabhu?
Yes, it's a human tendency and a human nature. That's a way of behaving, way of acting, we can see the person exactly like that. Sometimes we don't realize what the person is actually. It's after many years later that you realize that you are real, you are good in this job. You may be working in some IT company, okay? But time pass ke liye you must be singing. And one day you upload a YouTube video and singing a song and all your friends make fun of you. Okay? And the YouTube video goes viral. Kolavaridi ke jaisa. Or Ganganam style. And you become so famous. And then all these music directors, they will come and say, sir, will you sing one song for me? Will you sing one song for me? Okay. And A.R. Rahman will come to you, sir. One song. And that song becomes hit, and after that you become a big singer. And then where is your IT company? You can buy that IT company. So you become a great singer. But it was inherent, it was embedded inside your DNA, and yet you never knew about it. So also we have our children also, which we don't understand many a times. It is an inherent quality inside that person. Like I told you, the tree has a particular quality. Now if you try to cut the tree छोटा करके उसको bonsai बना के रख देगा तो कैसे चलेगा? इतना बड़ा पेड़ और उसका इतना सा bonsai बना के रख दिया, कैसे चलेगा? So we are actually twisting nature, isn't it? We have to give it a chance of expansion, correct? So in the same way, human nature or animal nature or bird nature or any kind, any trees and everything is having its own specific ways of living, and they are inherent, it's embedded inside them. So he says these words, all these multitude of beings are subject to the influence of their own nature. So they behave exactly the way their nature has been embedded inside of that person. Okay? So, Arjuna, those actions, however, do not bind me, unattached as I am to such actions, and standing apart as it were. What is he trying to say in this verse? He said in the beginning that I made all these, I made everything, I made this, I made that. So in the end, finally, suppose you are a drug addict. Okay? You are a drug addict. Or you are a pickpocketer. Or you are a murderer. Or some wrong act you keep on doing. Finally what you will say? भगवान ने मेरे को ऐसा बनाया, मैं थोड़ी रिस्पॉन्सिबल है. He said these words. Everything that happens in our world, भगवान तू करता है. अपने को blame game, we are very good at blame game. We always point out when everything is good going for us, now we always take the credit. I did it, I did it. But when something goes wrong, you did it, you did it. We always blame God for it. So Krishna is telling you very nicely, please don't blame me for anything. If you are tweeting like a bird, that is your problem, not mine. So it is so simple that the nature is born because of your particular way of living. So what happens is, suppose let us say in this life, how this nature comes about, I will give you an idea. Then you will stop blaming God. Now in this particular life, we have the habit, we develop habits. See, when we are born, we don't have habits. Correct? We don't have habits. But why are you laughing? मेरे को कोई हैबिट याद आ गई लगता है. अच्छा, कौन सी वाली? नहीं बोलेगा. We have, as a child, we don't have that much of, we don't pay much attention. But as we grow, okay, we see in our own household, when the paper comes, the paper is lying outside till 9 o'clock in the morning. Nobody picks it up. So when the child grows big, what do? He also does the same thing in his own house, yes or no? Think about it. If most of the men, they have stayed in hostels, okay? वो लोग टॉवल भी पहन के नहीं जाते, बगैर टॉवल के घूमते रहते हैं हॉस्टल में, इधर उधर. It's like that, And when you get married, you are doing the same thing, and your wife looks at you and like, तुमको कुछ पहनने को नहीं आता है क्या? So we have carried that habit ahead of us. Nobody has taught us like that, but we have absorbed it from the environment we have taken. Like that, like I just gave, this is a stupid example. Like this, we absorb things from the environment. Okay? You see, when we were a child, we never drank tea straight from the cup. We were using a saucer and we are doing like this, and then we are doing and drinking like this. And imagine that going to the US and all these places and taking a cup and saucer and pouring it. सब जन ऐसा देखेंगे, बोले ये किधर से आया, कोई जंगल से आया लगता है. But those are our habits we carry over there also. I'm sure, Guru, you must be knowing how Indians behave in restaurants. So We have great habits which we carry with us all over the world. So Krishna is saying that is your problem, not mine. So why are you blaming me for it? Samskaras come from our purvas. Tendencies are which we absorb in the universe. See, you see your mother and father sleeping, you will find that the child, he wakes up in the morning, suppose 5 बजे, and जाके देखता है मम्मी डैडी सोया है 7 बजे तक उठेगा नहीं. आज जैसे संडे है शायद डैडी 11 बजे उठेगा, मम्मी 11 बजे उठेगा. वो बच्चा भी जाके, that child also goes and sleeps. And then he takes this tendency with him where he goes. Do you think Krishna is putting these tendencies in that person? Do you think he makes that person lazy or what? If Krishna was there, he would have taken one big kick that fellow in his ass. Get up, go do that work. बोला. And Krishna क्या बोलता है कि बोलता है ये ऐसे ही लोग, सब ऐसे ही, हम ऐसे ही है, हम इंडियन लोग हैं, हम ऐसे ही हैं. I was traveling by air, okay, and there was this government official who worked in one foreign mission in India, and he was sitting next to me, and because there is free liquor served on the flight, every air hostess which came is asking, "Can I get?" Finally, after having I think 4 or 5 those small, that air hostess, that supervisor came and said, "Sir, we cannot give you more than this. One more. Last one." उसको बोला, no more. We don't want to carry you on the tarmac at the airport. You have to walk with your own feet. These are the tendencies which I have gathered, over the period of time, and there is no way in which you can get out of it. It's like it become an ingrained habit of ours, and we accept this like so. Tendencies are carried from one life to another, and we absorb tendencies in every new life of ours. So, in some life of ours, if we are behaving in a particular way, that tendency in the human life also comes with us. So you will find animal nature in human beings. Okay? You will find sometimes they behave completely lunatic, crazy. And then as they absorb these tendencies in this life, they continue with it in the next ones also. So that is the reason why you will find, now there are various, now how do these things come about? You will find that a small child of 3 years or 4 years is able to balance so many things in hand. Or he can play, he's a virtuoso. He can play the piano or he can sing or he can do all these wonderful acts which we think, oh my God, he's a prodigy, the child prodigy, and we keep on thinking like that. And you wonder, where did he get that thing from? From his previous life. Tendencies go with you. One life to another, to another, to another, to another. They keep on going with you. So in the previous life, he must be 70 when he died and he was playing a piano. So continuation in the next life, but by the time he's 2 or 3 years old, when he sees a piano, right? And we get awed by it. But now if you understand this, then you will not get awed by it. So Sachin Tendulkar is scoring centuries after centuries. पता नहीं last life में वो पता नहीं कोई तो भी हुआ रहेगा cricketer. He's got that क्या बोलते हैं उसको, मरने के टाइम पे उसकी इच्छा हुई होगी, in my next life I'm going to 80-100 centuries करूँगा मैं. God, give me one more life, I will make 100 centuries. तो next life में भगवान ने बोला अच्छा चल तू सचिन तेंदुलकर बन, तो बन गया वो. तो उसमें कौन सा बड़ा तीर मारने का है? You got what I'm trying to say? There is nothing extraordinary in that person. You see, a person races, he's in Olympics or some great activity. Somebody is a very great singer. It's a God-given quality, you can say. You always say, ये भगवान ने दिया है उसको. अरे लेकिन उसने पहले लाइफ में कितना रियाज किया रहेगा? How much practice he must have done in the previous life, and now he has become a great singer. See, there is this story which I always keep on saying about this man who is running in front. The tiger was running behind him. There's a man who is running in front. Tiger is running behind him. And he climbs up a tree and sits on top of the tree. The tiger is waiting downstairs. So in the night, the tiger is sitting, and after that he goes away. But it is night time, he doesn't want to come down. So another man comes and sits under the tree. And he brings a lot of stuff with him. And he starts doing one puja over there. And from top, this man is watching him downstairs like that. After some time, the tiger comes back and pounces on this man sitting downstairs and kills him. And then the tiger goes away. This man from top climbs down, arranges the body nicely, uses the same ingredients over there, and performs a puja for 10 minutes. After he performs a puja sitting on top of the corpse, Kali Ma comes and stands in front of him and says, Bhakt, what do you want? Ask me a boon. So he looks at Kali Ma and he says, Ma, I didn't call you. This man who is sitting below, he was doing the puja. I just did last 10 minutes only. So Ma looks at him and says, Son, the tiger was me. Okay? This man below your feet is also me. These ingredients I gathered for you. 10 minutes of this puja was left in your last lifetime, so that you could see me. So I got all these ingredients together so that you can perform this. So even if you have no technological knowledge about this puja, you still are carrying it from your previous birth. So now do you understand? It continues like this. So if somebody is a prodigy, you must have practiced in their previous lives. So there is nothing extraordinary. You are also unique in your own place. What you are good, not be good at. So that is the reason why the tendency is carries ahead.
Why we are not made to remember what we did in previous
lives? One simple example I will give, you will agree with me. All of us come together, the whole team. But we are not man, woman, child or nothing like that. We are just a small spark, like a soul we can say. There is no soul, but just for understanding purpose, they are called a soul. Does the soul have male, female? No. And in all these books it is written that you should not have any attachments to anybody. Correct? Mentioned? Now always remember, you are coming with people around you constantly. In every life you will keep on coming with people. Correct? Suppose I give you the idea that all your previous lives you know, and you come to know that your mother in this life was your wife in previous life. What will happen to you? A big complication, no? Just now, how will you look at your mother then? You understood what I am saying? Big complication will happen, no? That's why memory is not given to you of your previous life. Remember, the soul has no gender, male, female or anything like that. It is your mind which tells you you are this one's child. Today, do you require a man or a woman to create a child? No, no. A woman need not be married also. Correct? That woman can pay some other person, that's a womb born rent, can go to the laboratory can get a sperm on rent, on hire, something like that. From somewhere else she can get one egg, and the doctor can put it inside this womb on hire, and a child is born, and then you can adopt it. Whose child is it? So which is the mother then? Which is the father? You got what I am saying? Today's day and age, we have come to this detachment stage very fast. You should be happy we have come to this stage. But just now I gave you that example, was very tough to digest, no? But now if you see in today's day and age, father कौन सा, mother कौन सा, brother कौन सा, sister कौन सा, मालूम ही नहीं. Don't know anything. So where is the question of thinking that I have a father, a mother, a brother, a sister? So in today's day and age, it has become so easy to be detached from the whole world. So there is no connectivity with any father or mother in today's day and age. If you go in the United States, they get married, they divorce, they get married, they divorce, they get married, they divorce. उनको कोई पड़ी नहीं. Seriously, if you look at it, whose child is staying with whom? Somebody's child is staying with somebody else, and somebody. There is no connectivity also. So you can't even say who is the father, who is the mother, whether somebody was there or somebody is not there. This is the reason why no idea about your past is given to you. Understood? But you will understand your tendencies immediately. Something will tell you, oh, I can do this. Suppose there is a man who can work in the kitchen. So he must definitely be a cook in the previous life, no? He must have cooked in the kitchen. Don't you think so? Agree with me? That is what. Arjuna, with me as the supervisor, nature brings forth the whole creation, consists of sentient and insentient beings. It is due to this cause that the wheel of samsara is going round. See, I am the one who is the supervisor in charge, production in charge. Bola chalu rehne do. And the world keeps on producing and producing and producing. That the tree will produce its own kind. The fruit will produce its own kind. Everybody will produce its own kind only. That the tomato will create tomato only. It will not create a potato. Right? So like that.
But why should he be the supervisor? When
Supervisor is under my supervision. These things happen.
No, but why is the supervisor? Because he's put the formula.
Correct. We don't do our work. You know how many times we have been poked in our ass, ja, aage ja, aage ja. How many times we have been told, even in our normal life also we don't want to do our duties. And imagine, your production unit में कोई supervisor ही नहीं. I mean, just imagine, in your company also. Okay? There is no manager, there is no managing director, nobody, only workers. Think about it. If there is only workers and no supervisor anywhere, you really think work will get done? No work will get done. So you always require one leader. At least the leader has to be in spirit. You know, in school, the teacher used to say, quiet, principal is coming over here. And everybody will be pin drop silence. Right or wrong? Or the drill teacher, he will go with one big danda. And just, he will go, tak tak. Oh, drill teacher is coming, be careful, good. We are so scared. Just listening to it, we are scared. So it is like that. So supervisor is required. So what happens is Prakriti is getting supervised by this great man. If Prakriti doesn't supervise, is not supervised, then she will make lot of wrong copies. There is one movie called I, Robot. You seen I Robot?
Yes. The robot has helps senses.
Yes, creates a problem in the universe. You know, there is this great actor. Okay, he's so handsome. You know, he's one of the handsomest guys in the Indian film industry. But the one thing we will always keep on looking at, 6 fingers. Why is that?
Abnormal.
So why don't we look at the way he is like a hunk and all that? No. Hey, look at it, 6 fingers. हम लोगों का habit है वो. It's like that. So we are always leaning towards that. So somewhere that supervisor, he was just gone off somewhere, so he created one more figure by mistake. है ना? So it's like that.
That happens due to his karma.
Huh?
The way he is born.
Huh.
Happens due to his past karma.
Correct.
So his actions are what caused this form.
Correct. See, if I keep on saying, in our material world, I can't. We are all hypocrites. Hypocrites, you understand? Now, if I say that the girl got raped because she had raped that man in the previous life, the world doesn't want to listen to this. इसको भी पकड़ के मारो करके बोलेंगे, बराबर है कि नहीं? हाँ, बोलेंगे नहीं बोलेंगे? He is explaining karma to us. उसको कर्म बराबर बताएंगे हम लोग. चलो. So we don't want to talk about such issues. So there are certain issues like, you know, these 6 fingers and all. We don't like to talk about it. Yet we like to look at it and say, 6 fingers, 6 fingers, 6 fingers. That's a human tendency. If we have a very perfect person amongst us also, we will all try to fight for what is that person. Okay? He's like Gandhiji. Such a great person. Huh. The first thing that people will read, have you read Experiments with Truth? क्या क्या करता था मालूम है तेरे को? हाँ वही, My Experiment with Truth. You should read his book, then you will know. No, I mean, here I am trying to tell you how good he is, and there you are telling me how bad he can be. There is nothing like that. Everybody is perfect in their places. Every person in this universe is unique in their place. And if you think Sachin Tendulkar is the best batsman, you are putting him on a pedestal. Why don't put yourself on a pedestal? You are also good at something, isn't it? Everybody is unique, everybody is perfect in their places, and this supervision is done by the Lord. And the Prakriti is the one who is producing. Okay? And that's what he says. Not knowing my supreme nature, fools disregard me, the overlord of the entire creation, who has assumed this human form. That is to say, they take me who have appeared in human form through my yoga for deliverance of the world as an ordinary mortal. So just because I told you, he has taken the small DNA and become a small fellow and come over here, we look at him and we say, hey, he's God, look at him. I mean, we are so foolish people that just imagine Sri Ram comes and stands at the door, and then we look at him, बोलेगा छुट्टा पैसा नहीं है, आगे जाओ. है कि नहीं? We think he's some नौटंकी वाला. You understand? It's like that. We do not recognize him. So even if God Krishna comes and stands in front of him, we'll try to बोला तेरा blue permanent है कि क्या करके लाया?
कहाँ डुबकी लगा?
हाँ कहाँ डुबकी लगा ये कौन सा? तेरे को है ना हम लोग सर्फ में नहलाते हैं मांगता है. So we are very skeptical. Even if Krishna comes and stands in front of us, we are going to be extremely skeptical about it. Because if we have preconceived notions about it, you know this person, Peace.
Yes.
No. The guy who can run on those two, he doesn't have two legs. Okay, he is the fastest man, and there is a autobiography, and he's made millions of dollars. He has no feet, no legs at all, and he runs on that, steel blades or something like that. Okay, now this man, they have written so much nice things about him, and suddenly 2 days ago, he was arrested for murdering his girlfriend.
Ah, okay.
It's headline news in all the papers in the world,
He confused.
and he is in jail today. ऐसा लगता है? How can this man be like this? Right, isn't it? And there is a person called Lindsay Lohan. I don't know whether you have heard of Lindsay Lohan.
Good, that drunk type.
She's a drug addict. She looks so beautiful. She looks so nice. She's been a child artist to great artist. But उसको देखने के बाद, I think she is a kleptomaniac also. She keeps on pinching stuff from every store she goes to. So, you cannot make out. So these are inherent tendencies. Somewhere they are hidden, somewhere they are there. So human nature can never be understood by this. And he says, I come and stand in front of you also, you won't make out. So Krishna is born in this universe as a normal human being. Actually what we do, no. We actually use Photoshop to paint in blue in color. Photoshop? Good. So we use Photoshop to paint blue in color. Normal human being ko, we are giving him qualities, supreme qualities. Even if he doesn't want a flute, we will put a flute in his hand. No, you have it. He doesn't want to keep a flute in his hand. No, you have it. Bola, why? I can't have a guitar in my hand or what? Bola, no, तेरे को flute ही देने का. So Krishna says, you people have a very funny idea about me. So that is the reason why you cannot recognize me if I come. And then when I come, you consider me as a normal human being. Because even if I come in my original avatar, still you will say, 10 rupees chutta nahi hai, ja aage. You understand? And then you will ask him, which Natak company you are from? Tell me. It's like that. I still remember there was one movie called Jai Santoshi Ma in the past. Jai Santoshi Ma. बहुत पुराना पिक्चर. नया पिक्चर बोलेगा तो महाभारत सीरियल. और उसमें वो in that person has acted as Krishna. Nitish Bharadwaj was his name. Everybody still, even when they look at him in the street, they think he's Krishna and they bow down. And this one who was there in this serial, no? In that, Arun Govind. Now imagine we are thinking about film actors and we can bow down to them. And film actors का क्या वो लोग बना के रखते हैं.
तमिलनाडु में था ना, खुशबू का मंदिर था.
हाँ.
तमिलनाडु में.
Correct. So we can do that. But if Krishna comes and stands in front of us, we will not recognize him. That's why he says these words over here. He says, now you know my supreme nature, don't you? अभी इतना सब मैं पता के हो गया. I am the master of this universe. I am this, I am that. सब बोल के हो गया. Now see, not knowing my supreme nature, you normal human being on the street, he doesn't even know what my nature is first. I described you supreme, divine, consciousness. बोला ना मैंने? हाँ? Consciousness means I am there, I can't see you. I am there, I can't see you. We keep on doing this. Unfortunately, we can't see the consciousness.
Prajna.
Huh. Yes, he's always there. But he's told you, I am the supreme divine person. He only has said the words.
Beyond the second man.
I am the supreme divine person, far beyond the man. Yes, I am there, I exist. So if I actually am a person and I have taken a life as a human being, I have taken a human form. In today's day and age, you think I'll wear a lungi and come or what? If I have to meet President Obama, सोचो क्या पहन के आएगा मैं? Of course, सूट बूट में आया का नहीं आया ना गाना है का ऐसा, वो तो भी है गाना. वो एक्चुअली सोचो आज के दिन में अगर कृष्णा आएगा तो कैसा आएगा? कुछ तो भी अच्छा कपड़ा वपड़ा पहन के मस्त से एकदम ढिंचैक BMW या कुछ तो भी चला के आएगा, है कि नहीं? You really think he will come like wearing a blue color का धोती and orange color का ये and one बाल में ऐसा कुछ तो भी? We'll keep on laughing at him, मतलब ये कौन आया, किधर से आया? So he says not realistic. So a normal human being, even if Krishna comes and stands in front of him, he will not recognize it. Correct? So he says, not knowing my supreme nature, fools disregard me. They think they will not even look at me. The overlord of the entire creation. I am the overlord of this entire creation who has assumed the human form. I have taken this human form. Assumption. I have come in this form. And who is there to recognize me? Nobody can recognize me. Those bewildered persons with vain hopes, futile actions, and fruitless knowledge has embraced a fiendish, demonical, and delusive nature. So these people, those who cannot recognize me, such type of people, they are bewildered. They are completely lost. They think I am a person who lives in some temple. Some murti they have made of money. How many? They have very funny murtis of mine. Look at that. Look at that other one. So many different murtis they will make. In some I will have Chinese eyes. In some I will have very big eyes. In some I will have smoldering eyes. कुछ भी बनाते हैं मेरा. और ऐसा करके अलग अलग फॉर्म किधर किधर लगा के रखते हैं. They keep me in different places. And everybody thinks I am existing in that. Whereas मैं हट्टा कट्टा आदमी तुम लोग के सामने खड़ा हूं और फिर भी मेरे को देखते नहीं हो. So he says these bewildered persons with vain hopes. They have got very vain hopes. What do you mean by vain hopes? They go to some temple and they do archana and they say, give me husband, give me child, give me this, give me that. They have got hopes, God, give me good results. When you give me good result, I'll give you 1 kilo peda. Imagine 1 kilo peda is equal to 90% marks. Think. Isn't it vain hope that people are having? No study and 90% marks manta. So everybody has these very vain hopes. Futile actions. They keep on doing futile actions. Keep on looking at the temples. 25 नारियल का पता नहीं एक इतना बड़ा माला है ना, एक छोटा सा स्टैचू को जाके पहने. देखा नहीं? बड़ा बड़ा नारियल लेके ऐसा they have strung it on one thread. You go to this Ganesha temple. That poor Ganesha is ऐसा हो गया उसका बेचारे का मुंडी. कितना नारियल लटका के रखता है उसको. And imagine, मैंने लेप लिया, बोला ये है ना, ये this is ghee. And imagine आपका पूरा फेस को बॉडी को लगा के रखा, आपको कितना तकलीफ होएगा.
It becomes slightly.
They call it butter alankar.
Butter alankar. Yes. They give so many alankaras to this god.
बड़ा माला.
Yeah. और उसको बेचारे को खाने को नहीं आता है.
खाने का शुरू किया तो कोई भी नहीं लेगा.
वो तो देखेगा
आने
नहीं
का
देखेगा।
आने का स्टार्ट किया
हाँ।
मतलब नहीं जाता
हाँ, so आपका फोन so think about it. We have this silly, stupid methodologies, futile actions. Any person who goes to the temple and gives this type of thing, always tell them ना तुम्हारे पास पैसा ज्यादा रहेगा मेरे को दे देना बहुत अच्छा होएगा तुम्हारा कल्याण हो जाएगा.
Why does fear drive people to do all this?
Yes.
Why are people driven by
You
fear?
see, one fool follows another and follows
Ignorance,
another.
yeah.
I told you that example, no? One man was looking like this, and one person comes and says, "Oh, there is something over there." The third one also comes, the fourth one also comes, the fifth one. पूरा गैंग जमा होता है. तो एक आदमी आके पूछता है, क्या है उधर? तो मेरे को क्या मालूम, वो आगे वाला देखता है इसीलिए मैं भी देख रहा हूँ. And finally they ask this person, who is there? What is there up there? मेरे को क्या मालूम, मेरा मुंडी टेढ़ा है. So this is a stupid example, but you can understand. One foolish person will follow another, will follow another, will follow another.
Only one point on the main books. So many people go to temple, wherever, right? So
Yes,
there should be some success element, right?
yes.
So I prayed, so maybe my wish was granted, and I go and tell Padma, hey, you go there, it frustrates.
Correct.
But the first hope, first thing, was it a coincidence?
There is no coincidence in this world. Everything is destiny. I wrote today also. No coincidences. Everything is destiny. If it is destined that you have to get a child, तो तुम वो 50 टेम्पल में जाओ ना, 50 बोलेगा 50 गॉड ने 50 एक ही क्यों बच्चा दिया, 50 क्यों नहीं दिया मेरे को? समझ में आया?
पॉइंट
समझ में आया? Our, just because one idiot is believing, so every other idiot believes in that. See, please understand, by going to some temples and some मन्नत पूरा करना and ये और वो, मैंने भी किया है, नहीं ऐसा नहीं मैं, because I was also as foolish as every other person. Every person is born a foolish person, born with ignorance, they say. So go to one temple, go to church, go to this, go to that, pray. मस्का मार के कैंडल लगा के हो गया.
But all this is driven by fear. No.
Ignorance is driven by ignorance.
No, but if one is fearless, he will not want anything out of it. Yeah. It is out of fear only.
No, but fearless, nobody is fearless. No, everybody is driven by fear only. There is no, the reason why is knowledge is covered by ignorance. And so going to all these temples, everybody thinks that इधर मेरे को ये मिलता है, उधर मेरे को वो मिलता है. Try telling that person तेरे नसीब में लिखा था इसीलिए मिला. तू जाना तू किधर से आया, इधर जा फुट ऐसा करके उसको एक रख के देंगे वो. बोले I believe in it. Why are you telling me not to believe in it? Very powerful God over there. And the doctor believes that he has given the child. तो सब वो कितना 50 टेस्ट करने को लगा है, उसके बाद जाके वो बच्चा पैदा हो गया, फिर वो डॉक्टर को बोले I gave.
Then he'll open a fertility center.
Yeah. So everybody has got their own way of believing. And if one fool believes, then there are 100 other fools to follow that. Agree with me? It is
Herd
written.
mentality.
Yeah. It is written in your destiny, so it happens. Why do you think there is something new coming your way? Now you will ask me, oh, why do you say it is written in my destiny? Boss, if you have got a child, that child also has a destiny or no?
If it wasn't in your destiny, you wouldn't have got it.
Correct. No, the child also has come with a destiny, isn't it? हम लोग क्या बच्चे को देख के बोलते कैसा नसीब लेके आया है, बहुत अच्छा बच्चा है, बोलते कि नहीं बोलते हैं?
दिखाते हैं.
Don't we say this?
Yeah.
अभी हम लोग का इसमें क्या हो गया मालूम है? I got married to this girl who was the youngest in the family. There were two other girls not married. तो नेचुरली पहले शादी करने के टाइम पे सब जने ने गाली दे दिया, बोला साला छोटा छोकरी है, उसको पहले शादी करके बहुत अच्छा नहीं किया, ये नहीं किया। उसके बाद क्या हो गया मालूम है, 3 महीने के अंदर बीच वाले का शादी हो गया और 3 महीने के अंदर बड़े वाले का शादी हो गया। मेरे मेरे समीन लॉ का पाइबन कितना अच्छा है, बहुत अच्छा, बहुत लकी आदमी है। बोला लकी आदमी पहला नहीं लगा तेरे को, just because both your daughters got married, that's why he's a lucky guy. Otherwise you thought of him as unlucky. It is destiny, boss. It is destiny. It is written, so it is going to happen. You try your level best trying to turn the destiny this way, this way, this way. नहीं होता।
All our mythological stories are affiliated with these kind of things. Like the king goes and prays somewhere, he gets this thing. It has come from ages and ages.
In this book, he says, you want to become a fool, you become fool. मेरे को मत बोलना। I'm not joking. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, he is telling you know what? You want to go and pray to that God and you get something from him, don't come and blame me tomorrow. सब तो फिर उसका है ना चमचागिरी करना पड़ेगा।
Then you're trapped there.
Yeah, you are trapped in that fellow. It's like, suppose you are going to one place, okay, and for registration of, you go ना, तो करते हैं कि नहीं? Registrar office में जाके, and we go and meet the peon over there. Sir, my what, sir? Okay, 5,000 rupees. Okay. अब फिर कल नेक्स्ट टाइम जाएगा तो वही प्यून को मिलना पड़ेगा, नेक्स्ट टाइम जाएगा फिर भी वही प्यून को मिलना पड़ेगा। हाँ वेलकम सर, हैव टी है। उसको मालूम है वो टी 10 रुपए का चाय में 5,000 रुपये आने वाला है, समझा? So you become attain to that. Attain means you become used to that, and after you become used to it, like some panditji in some temple, you go and you give him, every time you give him 501, he will do one archana for you. फिर वो सीधा तेरे पास आएगा।
Yeah, correct.
Then what happens? You have got so used to it. The next time you go to that temple, you will ask, Manjunath is there? Which Manjunath you want? PK, AK, SK, कौन सा वाला? तभी प्रॉब्लम आता है लाइफ में। वो बोला जो हमेशा दुख रहता है ना, वो PK मंजुनाथ, वो चलेगा। So we are like that, we got so used to it and we are so trapped in this world that we don't actually know that we have got trapped in this destiny chakra. And the things around us makes us believe in the unreal. So here he says, those bewildered person with vain hopes, futile action and fruitless knowledge. All this is fruitless knowledge. Don't go after this knowledge at all. Have embraced a fiendish, demonical and a delusive nature. Fiendish, why? Fiendish, I went to a place in Nepal and I saw they are cutting big bakra. बकरा बोले तो गोट खच करके काटते हैं उसको। And how many people? I mean, I really wonder, कौन सा गॉड है तुम्हारा जो ब्लड थर्स्टी है, पता नहीं। बोला और एक ग्लास लेके आना, मजा आता है। ऐसा क्या, वो क्या काली माँ ऐसा लेके बैठा है क्या? वो तुम्हारा कोको कोला के पैसा जैसा पीती है क्या तेरा ब्लड भी? Think about it, and why would Kali Ma want that blood in the first place? ऐसा क्यों नहीं बोलते आज बकरा खाने का मन करता है इसीलिए बकरा काटा, और उसको पवित्र करने का मतलब सिंस शुड नॉट कम टू मी, इसीलिए काली माँ का मंदिर में मैंने चढ़ाया। Say like that, you will be happy. So it is like this. We have become fiendish in nature, we become faint and demonical. Have you seen the glint in my eyes when I talk these type of subjects? Demonical, literally. And delusive nature. Delusion can be very simple. It is like telling you, तुम्हारे नाक पे कुछ बैठा है, इधर कुछ है देखो। And you actually do like this. But we start believing in that, you know. A delusion is like this. Delusion is exactly like this. जहाँ कुछ नहीं है उधर कुछ दिखता है अपने को. There is nothing there, absolutely nothing, and yet we start believing in that. It's exactly like how we behave in our material world. Mother says, Namaskar नहीं किया तूने? You have not done Namaskar to God today. You are going for paper. See, God, you go take his आशीर्वाद and then only go. मैं तो ग्रैंडफादर का जाके पैर पकड़ना और ग्रैंडमदर को जाके बोलना कि मेरा आज बोला ग्रैंडफादर डोड़ा मार के पड़ेला है उधर, मैं क्या करूं उसका? ऐसा बोलेगा तो मम्मी रख के एक दे. इमेजिन वो दूध पड़ेले आदमी का जाके पैर पकड़ने का, तो तेरा पेपर में तू पास नहीं. हाँ. It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. We have, and this is nothing but illusion. It's actually a delusion. We can't even call it an illusion. And Maya creates these beautiful delusions in our world. In our school also, you will find that the most handsomest of the guy or the most beautiful of the girls are the worst characters on earth. Have you seen that? बहुत उंगली करते हैं वो, लेकिन बिकॉज ऑफ द ऐसा नेचर कोई उनको पकड़ता नहीं. You see this? They सटक जाते हैं वो लोग. Nobody catches them. Why? Because you don't expect a person with innocent face to do this type of things. Today when we went to that lawyer, I mean, before he saw my cobra, he must be thinking some Babaji must have come, white clothes and this and that. But when he saw me, you should have seen the expression on his face. The expression was worth capturing. अब फेसबुक में डालने का जरूरी थी. उसका एक हाथ न्यूयॉर्क गया और दूसरा लंदन चला गया. है उसका हाथ पैसा, लेकिन he got a shock of his life. बोला ये जीन्स और टी शर्ट में बाबा जी लगता नहीं. We have this, you know, we have made preconceived notions, and Maya is fantastically deep, making us believe in all this bullshit. So Krishna is saying these guys, demonical nature and all, they have gone into this type of world. On the other hand, now he is going to talk about some nice Buddhist stuff. On the other hand, great souls who have adopted the divine nature, knowing me as the prime source of all beings and the imperishable eternal, worship me constantly with one-pointedness of the mind, constantly chanting my names and glories and striving for my realization and bowing again and again to me. Those devotees of firm resolve, ever united with me through meditation, worship me with a single-minded devotion. Now, we are coming on the other side to the person who is completely devoted to me. That person sits in one place. He doesn't go around here and there. He doesn't talk much. Quiet, peaceful. He's lost in me constantly. Very primary examples I will give you. Ramana Maharishi. देखा है कभी? He is completely lost. ऐसा लगता है. कभी देखा कभी ऐसे. Sai Baba, Shirdi Sai Baba. Look at him. Ramakrishna Paramahansa. These people, when you look at them, you get that understanding. They are not running after something. Are they running? Do you think they have gone to various temples, given ye chadawa chadaya, udhar gold coin diya, udhar ye kiya? You really think they have done any of those things? They don't. Sai Baba went to which temple? No temple.
Where he was became a temple.
Huh?
Wherever he tread, it became a temple.
Yes. Do you think he made ash out of air? Huh? Ash. Yeah.
Other side.
Other side.
नहीं किया. Nothing. Do you think he told you to stand on your head? Never. Never did he tell you. कोई पूजा करने को बोला? कभी कोई पूजा करने को नहीं बोला. Now look at if you take even our ancient sages also, like a Purandara Dasa or even this Tukaram or all these people, what they were talking about? They were talking about only Krishna, 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 Krishna. Mirabai se leke sab jan, even Guru Nanak, Krishna, divine consciousness. Baki aur kuch nahi. If you go to Jesus Christ or his, Saint Paul, Saint Joseph, Saint Mo, Saint Mo, सबको लो. और जीसस का नाम लेंगे, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा उनके भक्त उनके अल्लाह का नाम लेंगे. Say God in heaven. Yes, Aparna.
Bhau, my question here is, if the Vedas were supposed to be the framework of the creation, then why didn't any of these sages talk about it? Why were they lost in the consciousness?
See, Vedas have been written because the framework got written in the past. Okay, the framework was written for creating divisive society. Divisive society. If you actually go through the Vedas, they are telling you, ये करो, वो करो, अग्नि देव को साक्षी मान के फलाना करो, ढिकना करो. कौन सा अमेरिकन को अग्नि को साक्षी मान के शादी किया है तो सोच लेना. एक अमेरिकन को मालूम भी नहीं. बोला अग्नि, बोला शैंपेन बॉटल किधर है करके पहला पूछेगा. अग्नि नहीं मांगता है उसमें. Think about it. The entire world doesn't believe in that Agni, doesn't even believe in that Vayudev and all that. So what is all this? Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but nowadays a lot of them are turning to what they call Eastern philosophy. Why is that?
They even get married here.
Yeah. The reason why they are turning to Eastern philosophy because Western philosophy doesn't talk of consciousness. It talks of Rhonda Byrne and all those people. The secret. It doesn't talk of consciousness. And you go to any other place, it's talking of some weird stuff, half of it though you don't even understand. So being confused, they say that Indians wear nice beautiful clothes, maybe I should go to India and get married. I have never understood what is this version that we have come up with. It's a version. Arya Samaj person or the Brahmo Samaj and all these Samaj fellows, they say ये आग्नि बिग्नि का तेरे को जरूरी नहीं है, मांगता है तो ऐसे ही करो शादी. And nowadays people say you go to the register and sign over there, then only you are married, otherwise you are not married. Isn't that so? And today we are talking of secularism, secular society. उसमें all these Vedas and Shastras have literally been flushed down. Nobody believes in it. And Hinduism has all become about, like, ask anybody who is abroad, you ask them, Hinduism, great religion, of course, yes, very good. Yoga teacher, of course, we know yoga. Breathing exercise and yoga, we do that. That is Hinduism according to them. I mean, I don't understand what is the meaning of the word. Hinduism is nothing to do with yoga and all that. Yet, belief is there. Hatha Yoga is as recent as 1200 years ago. Imagine our forefathers standing on their head. किधर लिखा है बस? अर्जुना ने कौन सा योगा किया था तुमको मालूम है? राम ने कोई योगा किया है क्या? नहीं किया. मेरे को तो मालूम भी नहीं कि वो ब्रीदिंग डीप ब्रीथ करता था कि लेस ब्रीथ करता था, मालूम भी नहीं. Okay, I mean, see, funnily, if you go and read all of our old scriptures, nowhere is there a mention of all these things. It is talking about knowing the self. The Vedas, the primary purport of the Vedas, if you actually understand, it is based on Char Mahavakya. There are 4 words I mean, the four important lines are there in that. That is all the Vedas is, if you actually understand. One of them is Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahma. Brahma means divine and manifest. I am Brahma. Keep on talking like that. But by saying parrot like, you won't understand. So then there was another verse which came about. He says, say neti neti. Let it, not this, not this. You don't need to dissect any of those Vedas or Shastras and all that. Don't forget about Vedas and Shastras. Just know, you are that divine self. बाकी सब गया तेल लगाने को. कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. एक तो अपने को वो समझता नहीं. I was recently seeing one great channel. In that person is reading a बड़ा verse पढ़ा उसने. ओके वो सब आधा संस्कृत में था. एक तो मैंने है ना बोला गूगल का इधर बटन है क्या, ट्रांसलेट दिस. नहीं है, प्रॉब्लम है लाइफ में अपने. See, we are like this. We don't understand for nuts what they are talking about. Okay, and then everybody is to अभी भी मैंने बोला अहम ब्रह्मास्मि. तुमको क्या लगता है मेरे को समझता है? वो संस्कृत में गूगल में मेरे को चेक करना पड़ेगा व्हाट इज द ट्रांसलेशन ऑफ दिस. नहीं समझता है. And this person was talking in Sanskrit. वो सब बाउंसर गया. फिर उसके बाद एक्सप्लेनेशन दिया उसने तो थोड़ा समझ में आया. टुडे वी स्पीक इन कंप्यूटर लैंग्वेज 10 का लैंग्वेज में ज्यादा करते हैं. You know, today we don't even say smile. We put an emoticon. Yeah, बोला smiley भेजना. Like if I have to go to the loo, I send to Brito loo ka picture. And Brito says, okay, go to the loo. Yeah, we have come to this stage in our world, you know. We have become complicated people with very simplified minds. Because we don't understand half of the things that are being said around. And simple language, Aham Brahmasmi, because they both bounces. So the Vedas today are irrelevant as far as today is concerned, because first, nobody knows the Vedas. There isn't a single person on this planet Earth who can explain even a verse from the Vedas. Now this particular thing was done, I mean, I'll take a small diversion about this. Just a few years ago, maybe 200 years ago, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat in front of this great sage, and he was a small boy, 16-17 years old. This sage was a very great Vidwan of Vedas and the Shastras. So he started explaining one verse. He said, Guruji, can you please explain one verse to me? And he said, can you explain this verse? And he started explaining the verse. And this person is looking blankly at him. Like how Ramana Maharshi will look at your face now. ऐसा एकदम सिंपल, अपने को समझता नहीं. ऐसा साईं बाबा का कभी चेहरा देखा है? Most of the time you don't even know where he is looking also. So he was looking at this person like this blank, and that person after 3 days is asking him, 3 दिन मैंने तेरे को सिखाया, कुछ खोपड़ी में तेरा गया नहीं, कैसा अक्कल सुनने आदमी है तू? तो बोलता है ये सब तुमने बोला गलत है. So he got very wild and angry on him. He says, you know this better than me. Okay, you come and sit in my place. I will sit in here. Variations. Is the computer working? Or is it frozen? Because it says network connection color.
It's breaking.
So what happened was, this person for 51 days gave 51 answers of that one line only. Finally, after 51 days, this Guru, he says, I bow down to you. Only if you have written, only you will understand what is written over there. Then only you can give 51 correct explanations in 51 directions. Not one direction. 51 directions में उसने explanation दिया. And this person was shocked. He says, only if you have written can you explain this way. He says, I think you are the great Guru. And then he says, but you see, I have one doubt in mind. You see, for 3 days that explanation that I gave, why are you saying it is wrong? So he says, so Chaitanya says, oh, that is because you are thinking that it was given by Shankaracharya. That 3 days explanation he gave was Shankaracharya's explanation of that verse. So he says, so that person says, the Guruji says to Chaitanya, then why? Do you mean to say Shankaracharya was wrong? And Chaitanya says, yes. Well, Shankaracharya is Shankara, how can he be wrong? So he says, you know what? Shankaracharya had to use divisionary tactics because there were a lot of Buddhists over there. So he deliberately gave wrong explanation. So in today's day and age, is there any person who can explain the Vedas? There is nobody. Chaitanya के बाद कौन है? मालूम ही नहीं. So that is the reason why it is impossible to Aparna. The Vedas can never be dissected, no answers can be given, because in today's day and age, first and foremost, the Vedas are lost somewhere. There is no way of knowing what they are. And even if we find a fragment of it, nobody is there to explain to us the truth.
But they are the repository of all knowledge on earth.
Yeah. So what Krishna says in this book, in this book he has said, all the essence of the Vedas I have distilled it. थोड़ा सा वन पेग लगा देना इसका बहुत हो गया. थोड़ा स्कॉच है एकदम मस्त. बराबर है. एकदम कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड है. थोड़ा सा लगाएगा तो तुमको चढ़ जाएगा. हाँ. Vibrations, you see, I can put one tape recorder over there and it will have same vibration.
No, Veda mantras are there, no?
Yeah.
No, Ram's name is as powerful as Ram.
No, Veda mantras are, for example, Purusha Suktam, Shri Suktam, Suktam. These are all the Veda mantras are there.
Correct.
Derived from the Vedas only.
Correct.
So he is effective for our human purpose.
See, they are good, no doubt about it. But you can't say that. So see, today you don't have the energy or the knowledge also to say the words correctly. See, because I keep on saying, oh, you seen that Panditji in the temple, what he talks, he only knows. Half of the time he just fast forward में कुछ तो भी बोलता है, कुछ पता नहीं चलता. Yeah. So if you actually look at him, you don't even know what he's talking. Okay. It is, I'll just give you an idea. It is mentioned in the Bible. If you can say the name of God perfectly, you will see him.
Perfectly. Perfection cannot achieve.
No, that is why even the Punjabis call it as Naam, no? That is just one word, Naam.
But can you say the name of the Lord perfectly? You don't even know the name, how can you say? You got what I'm trying to say? There is nobody in this material world who can perfectly say the name of the Lord and forget the verses. Okay, the verses are completely distorted today. There is very simple. र का री किया तो प्रॉब्लम आएगा. बोलने में र का री किया तो प्रॉब्लम आ सकता है. बराबर है. हर का हरी किया तो अलग गॉड्स हो गए. And here I am praying to this God who is the husband of Parvati, और उसमें हरि करके बोल दिया तो बहुत प्रॉब्लम आएगा. वो ब्रदर सिस्टर है दोनों, मालूम है? उनको हस्बैंड वाइफ कैसे बोल सकता है? तो गुस्सा नहीं करेगा गॉड? हर बोलेगा तो हरि होना चाहिए. हरि किधर से आया उधर? तो ये जो उच्चारण है, so Vedas have to be perfectly balanced and said. You see, that is the reason why Padma, when she came to me in the beginning, I told her, don't keep all these chakras, vakras in your house. You know what? They are not perfect. Remember, हम लोग वहाँ गए थे, Sringeri. In India, there is nobody who can make a perfect Shakti. That chakra that is there, Sri Yantra, nobody can make it. Nobody can.
भाव इसीलिए आपने बोला था घर में ऐसे रखने का नहीं, वो जो है वो पानी में बहा दो जाकर.
सब निकल गए.
Because it may carry negative energies, you don't even know. मैंने बोला ना, हर का हरि किया तो कितना प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है? Because of imperfections. So don't even bother. Don't try also to. Because see, today you go to Tirupati, and Tirupati, whether it's a Vishnu or whether it is a Shiva, nobody knows. Okay, they are very ambiguous about it.
Over this, they have put this.
We don't know. We don't know. So what if you are going to pray to Shiva and you think he is a Vishnu and you are praying to Vishnu? शिवा बोलेगा गया तेल लगाने को तेरे को अभी मैं यमदेव को भेज के तेरे को ऊपर लेके जाता हूँ.
That's why confusion.
एक प्रॉब्लम है लाइफ में. You don't know.
में क्या है? कौन सा गाड़ है?
वो कोई गॉड वॉड है कि नहीं मालूम नहीं. हम लोग गए थे तभी वो बीच में हम लोग को मिला था. अभी कौन गया था मेरे को साथ में याद नहीं है. राजश्री गई थी मेरे साथ, तभी याद आ दिखा उसको. फिर भी वो कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है. क्या है वो? कुर्सी है. कुर्सी है. कभी मिनिस्टर चेंज होता है उधर मालूम नहीं पड़ता. See, the position is chief minister. Someday it is a man and someday it is a woman. हाँ देखो, someday it is a man बोलेगा तो वो करुणानिधि था. someday it is a woman, उधर आ गई अम्मा. प्रॉब्लम आ जाएगा, उसको करुणानिधि बोलेंगे तो बराबर है ना कि गलत है?
बराबर.
That is the reason why don't bother saying anything. Say chief minister, बहुत शांति, ठीक है ना सब? Okay, fine. We don't even know whom we are praying to. We don't even know what we are praying to. उसको मोदक पसंद है कि उसको और कुछ पसंद है, अपने को क्या मालूम है? बोला लड्डू बहुत अच्छा मिलता है. हाँ, चिरंजीवी, you know चिरंजीवी, film actor. When he became the minister of tourism, he became tourism minister, no? What did he do? He sent the Tirupati laddu to America. And there is one institute in America. You know, unique dishes of this world. उसका सर्टिफिकेट लेके आया उधर से.
So now they can export.
Yeah, now you can export Tirupati laddu. या उसको बोल सकता है यूनिक डिश, और उसका रेट बढ़ा के दे सकता है. बोले एक सर्टिफिकेट लाया ना, 5 रुपया बढ़िया. Finally, end of the day, you charge the customer only, no? So it's like that. You really think unique dish? Every dish is unique. In your house, it's a unique dish. If you make payasam in your house, if the payasam in your house is going to be different, payasam in your house is going to be different. Everybody's house payasam is different. It's unique only, no? So what is so special about that uniqueness that you talk about? Nothing. So the thing is, the Vedas and the Shastras this way became completely defunct. Nobody today can exactly tell us the meanings of the Shastras. So why are we bothered so much about it? So don't bother about all these things, because first, we can't find such a person who can explain to us. I have couple of books over here. Okay, and they are explanations on very ancient texts. Okay, और नीचे लिखा है written by Mr. Furstein. फुलस्टॉप बोलेगा तो उसने वो अमेरिका से डिग्री लाया. I mean, I really wonder. Even this the Ganesh Book Depot in Chennai, okay, they are selling Sakta, Sakti, ये वो books बिकता है मालूम है? हाँ? No, you see the red color books that are sold in the market. Okay, Sakta and Sakti. Yes, you will find these red color books are there. और नीचे उसका है ना नाम पढ़ना, जॉन वुडरूफ. जॉन वुडरूफ कौन सा एंगल से आपको वेद पंडित लगता है? So today we have these very strange things happening in our world. He may have studied Sanskrit language. He is a translator, not a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Correct? So for this book explanation, how difficult it is. So do you understand all this what I said? The Vedas, the Shastras and all can never be translated. So Krishna says, this little book of mine is enough. Guidebook. So these people who are my devotees, they are constantly chanting my name. Krishna का नाम है ना कैसा भी लो चलेगा. Because you are thinking of Krishna only, you are not thinking. Because you tell me one place where the divine consciousness is not there. It's everywhere. तो मैं इधर खड़ा रह के ईस्ट में देखूं कि वेस्ट में देखूं कि नॉर्थ में देखूं कि साउथ में देखूं, सब जगह पे कृष्णा ही है ना. You understand? He is everywhere. So whichever direction I look in east, west, north, south, ऊपर नीचे किधर भी जाएगा तो कृष्णा ही है.
Have that in mind always.
Yeah. So you, instead of having him all outside of you, why not have him inside of you? So he is not telling you जोर से नाम लेना कृष्णा 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 ऐसा करे बोले ना, मतलब मन में लेगा तो नहीं चलता है. I mean you can just say his name in the mind also. So he says these words. So this person just takes my name. The words which people over here get confused about. He is in. What is he doing? We keep on saying ना हमेशा वो क्या कर रहा है, ध्यान कर रहा है, लेकिन वो उसको हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं उसको? He is in constant. उस वर्ड बोलते हैं ना उसको, हाँ? Meditation. The meditation doesn't mean sitting in one place and closing eyes and doing something. Meditation doesn't mean closing eyes. By closing eyes you are blocking what? What are you trying to block?
Getting the word.
The world is also Krishna, no? So what are you trying to block? In Tripura Rahasyam, that lady is telling her husband, do you think by closing your eyes you can meditate? Huh?
The mind is full of everything else.
Meditation doesn't happen by closing eyes. You can meditate by standing also and doing nothing also. You don't even have to take the name. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to do anything. So when we were talking about Chinese, you remember what I said? They are praying to the chi or the ki, the energy. So you can pray to the energy wherever you want to. And you can keep your eyes open if you want to. You can close your eyes if you want to. You don't want to do anything also, it's okay by it. Does not matter. That is the reason why Krishna says they are in constant meditation with me. Meditation does not mean closing eyes and doing anything like that. It only means mera dhyan karna. They are just thinking about me. Like a boyfriend will think about his girlfriend and the girlfriend will think about boyfriend. दूसरा क्या सोचेगा? और जिसको भूख लगी है वो खाने के बारे में सोचेगा. That is called meditation on the khana. Right? Suppose you get just now smell of bhajia. Meditating on bhajia, correct or no? Like that, think Krishna is one bhajia and you are meditating on him. Does not matter. See, what it means is locking onto that frequency. Just lock on to the Krishna frequency. Don't bother about it. कैसा कर रहे हो, क्या कर रहे हो, सो के कर रहे हो, जाग के कर रहे हो, चल के कर रहे हो, हंस के कर रहे हो. Does not matter. Does not matter at all. So whenever somebody says, no, I can't sit in one place and meditate, I say, सो के करो, उसमें क्या? Then Guruji, I go to sleep. I said, no problem. Take his name and go to sleep. That once only if you take the name is more than enough. You don't have to take it 100 times. When you say these words, that mantra jap, I told you, the Veda mantra, whatever, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, वो कितना बार वो machine बोलता है? He is more realized than anybody else. तो वो कल से मशीन का पूजा करने का. समझ में आया? Just by saying some words in a particular way doesn't make you. I'm sorry. Somebody has given you wrong information.
वो ट्रांस में लेके जा सकता है ना? Hearing Veda mantras, chanting Veda mantras, वो ट्रांस में लेके जा सकता है ना?
ट्रांस में आप मेरा नाम लो, आप कुत्ते का नाम लो, आप बिल्ली का भी नाम लेते रहो, तो भी आप ट्रांस में जाएंगे.
Even a hypnotist can do it.
Any name you can take. You don't bother about taking only some name somebody has told you. No need. बोला जलेबी 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 ऐसा करके बोलेंगे तो भी आप ट्रांस में जाएंगे. सच में. That has nothing to do. It is what we are actually trying to do. Let me tell you. We are trying to balance. अपन इतना आदमी
वो single thought में
we are balancing the thoughts. What we are doing is we are actually putting the frequency together in the same. You see, there is a very simple physics example. When the sound waves and the waves and the vibrations of the bridge are balanced, the bridge cracks, no? Or if you have seen that there are singers who can sing and crack a glass. Both the frequencies are vibrating at the same level, so they can crack a glass.
Sound energy.
It's a sound energy. Chi, ki is an energy. So by saying this mantra is an energy. If you listen to them, रात कीड़ा बोलते हैं ना, इसको इंग्लिश में क्या बोलते हैं मालूम नहीं. वो रात को कर करते रहते उसको. क्रिकेट. क्रिकेट. वो क्रिकेट कभी है ना गांव में जाएंगे ना, ऐसा बाहर एक कुर्सी लगा के बैठो और क्रिकेट का खाली साउंड, थोड़ी देर के बाद आपको नींद भी आएगा. They actually go in meditation. There is no such thing as. So what happens is, the mantra that you are talking about is actually a generic mantra from the past, which is related to your direct lineage. Only the highest guru can give you the perfect mantra. That mantra will put you in that state. You get these mantras, 1 lakh people getting mantra. You think that will put them in that state? No. No, not at all. So there is no such thing as a mantra is unique. It has to come from a lineage of your gurus. Then only it is charged mantra. Then it is worth it. Otherwise, it's no point. Otherwise, what is the use of having a mantra? No use. So, mantra or any other form of worship is of no use at all. Okay. So, we will do this verse 15 and then we will stop. Okay. Others who follow the path of knowledge betake themselves to me, to their offering of knowledge, worshipping me as one with themselves. And still others worship me in my universal form in many ways, taking me to be diverse in diverse celestial forms. Yeah. Where I will have to say, okay. Om. 1 second. Where is this one? Okay. So,
But you say everything is him alone, and what's the problem in worshipping anything?
see what happens is everything is him alone and worshipping him are two separate things.
Seeing him in everything.
Yes, but do you see him in everything is the first question that you need to ask yourself. If you see him in everything, then you will not make any bhedbhav with this universe. Okay.
No, but you said whatever prayer you offer to any deity, it ultimately goes to Krishna. What's the harm?
1 second, I didn't hear you.
So whatever worship you do any deity, it ultimately goes to Krishna.
Yeah. Ultimately goes to Krishna. You see, whatever tax that you pay over here goes to the central government. And it's going there. But when they have to issue a warrant, they will issue the warrant from here only. Understand? If you have to give a bribe, you have to give the local fellow bribe over here. You think the union minister is coming to take the bribe from you? No. The home minister is responsible for the overall, running of this country. So, आपके घर में किसी ने चोरी किया, हाँ, आपका है ना, इमेजिन करना आपका बाथरूम का पाइप निकाल कर निकल गया, तो आप होम मिनिस्टर के पास जाने वाले हैं क्या? Whatever you do, at the end of the day, going to the top boss only. But you are going to be only reporting to the local police station. Right? So, why are you bothered so much about? So what he says is, do you see me in everything first? भेदभाव होते हैं ना हमारे. Are we not partial to some and impartial? नाम की चीज हमारे लाइफ में नहीं है. We're partial. Why are we partial to some? We have to be impartial to everything, and we have to see God in everything. So we have to behave in an equal way with everything. But that doesn't come in a person. Because whereas a faith is concerned, if I go and put a thread around this tree over here, people will come and immediately 10 people will come, hey, this is not the ficus tree, by the way. You are not supposed to put over here. Oh, मराठी में बोलते हैं बड़ा सा झाड़, इंग्लिश में क्या बोलते हैं आपने मालूम? Banyan tree.
Banyan tree.
हाँ.
Banyan tree named Banyan tree.
करेक्ट है. तो द banyan tree को वो लोग लगाते हैं. But if I put it to some tree over here, they will think I am gone crazy. Because they should not call me crazy, I don't put it. So we are literally like, follow the herd mentality here. Yes. Somebody tries some thread to some tree, you will find the whole tree is bowing down with threads like that. Have you not seen in various places? Huh? It's herd mentality. सबसे ज्यादा जो फायदा किसको है? जो थ्रेड बेचता है उसको फायदा है.
Even the Ganges they.
Yeah. When I went to a place, in one place I went, I don't remember the name of the place. There was a cave of Padmasambhava. Padmasambhava,
Buddha.
Correct. One of the avatars of Buddha. Actually, he became a Buddha. You can't be calling him an avatar. The Padmasambhava's cave was there. And there, this fellow was standing, selling all those technicolor flags. Have you seen Buddhist temple? They have all technicolor flags over there. I asked him, what is the meaning of these flags and why should I put one over there? So he said, इससे बहुत फायदा होता है, you should do this, you should do this. I said, if that is the case, why don't you tie all of yours over there? Maybe you will have more faida than me. He got very wild on me. Understand what I am saying? If that is the case, the guy who is selling the thread should be tying all his threads on that tree, no? Then he will get whatever he wants, no? Does it happen? So it is not about the threads. It is not about the threads, it is not about the flags.
Faith.
Krishna says it's about faith. Yes, you have faith in me, bas. Don't want to have anything. So no flag posting, no tying threads, nothing. Don't give me 1 kilo peda also. You eat on my behalf, I don't mind. But study hard. If you go to Krishna, he is going to tell you the simple formula. He is going to tell you, why have you come to me? You go study hard. Self-effort is the best effort. One of the verses from the Bhagavad Gita. He is not going to tell you, come to me. He is going to tell you, self-effort is the best effort. जाओ जाके पढ़ाई करो. और जब पास हो जाओगे तब 1 किलो पेड़ा मेरी तरफ से खा लेना. Understand this? So it is very simple. His philosophy is very simple. He says, don't bother about all these things. Okay? So, others who betake themselves to me through their offerings of knowledge worship me. People can offer knowledge to me. Jnana Yoga. Correct? Worshipping me as one with themselves. They can think that I am one with themselves. That is, मैं तुम में समा गया. I am inside of you. And you can worship me. And you can say, Aham Brahmasmi all the time. I don't mind. Okay, you can say that. While still others worship me in my universal form in many ways. My universal form. I have so many forms. You can come to me as Krishna. You can come to me as Vishnu. Any form that you feel comfortable with, go and worship it. No problem. Think my name and worship that form. No problem. Correct? Right? It's like, you can go to the local authority and say, my mother, she is in the central government. तो तुम्हारा काम जल्दी हो जाएगा कि नहीं? खाली नाम से होता है काम. I still remember once upon a time I went to Tirupati with one Feko friend of mine. Okay? And he used to call Tirupati Balaji 420. And this fellow was bigger 420 than him. So he went to that temple and it was some very big festival. No place, okay? Something was there. So, and he took the name of one very great minister. He is my brother. Bola, acha. And that fellow never believed it. I will put you across to him, you talk to him. Tick, 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 tick. And then he spoke in Kannada and he said to him, brother, these fellows are talking very, they are not giving me any. Take the phone. और उसने phone लिया. Hello? And that fellow started barking at him. मेरा भाई है, तुम्हारा. Yes sir. Yes sir. Yes sir. Okay sir. Okay. Phone दिया आपने. And immediately we got the best room over there. And then I asked my 420 friend, ये कौन सा तेरा भाई है जो मिनिस्टर है? बोला कुछ नहीं यार, मेरा दोस्त है, उसको हम लोग हमेशा ऐसे ही करते हैं. That fellow covers for me and I cover for him. So every time when we want something, वो ऐसे ही बहुत जोर से गाली देगा. तो सामने वाले को ऐसा लगता है कि सच में मिनिस्टर बोल रहा है, तो वो हम लोग को रूम दे देता है. And he has really done that when I went with him. And I was so surprised, कि ऐसा भी होता है. तो अगर बड़े आदमी का नाम लेगा तो छोटा आदमी भी काम करता है. That is the reason why कृष्णा का नाम लेके छोटे आदमी के साथ काम करो, no problem. So even if you go to the local temple and pray over there and take Krishna's name, the prayer will straight away go to him. Understood? Only the big boss. So that's what he's trying to say over here. So they worship my universal form, whichever form you want to, in many ways, taking me to be the divine and diverse celestial form. मेरे अलग अलग forms है, इसको भी pray करो, कोई problem नहीं. So we'll end over here. Okay? So if there is any question, you can ask me. Otherwise, we can end.